俺は魔王だ。
アミは殺せないんだ。この僕が守ってるのだからね。
誕生していたのだ。最悪な形で最悪の魔王が人間の側についた。
君たち
Episode 12. So the positive about Reincarnation of Strongest Exorcist is we have one more episode left to really come and wrap up everything that's been occurring. I actually really liked episode number 12, and I think the reason I love this episode so much, you're gonna find pretty silly. So pretty early on, when they were introducing the party member, the devil, demon, party, whatever that was coming to come and wipe them out and kill Amu the hero. Pretty early on, I wrote down, this red ogre guy is pretty confident. Talks of a lot of smack. I bet Seika's gonna kill him first. And I wrote that down because I was like, this guy is being too cliche right now. And sure enough, within like the moment of Seika appearing, right? He goes and he sings this, blah, 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 blah. He sings this song, you know what I mean? Immediately, ogre head off. Like, dude just knocked, like, off, right? Like, just, like, off. And I was like, that's incredible. Like, I had a good laugh at that moment. Also, I really enjoyed the fact that they finally acknowledged that, they haven't really been coy about it. They haven't really kind of really been not upfront about it. They've been dropping hints. Like, they've been dropping these bomb hits, hints at us that Seika's the Devil King. And he's like the Devil King reincarnate or whatever. And it's been very obvious by all the stories about the hero and the Devil King. The princess even mentioned, being the Devil King. She even acknowledged him in that way when the princess came. Like, it's been very evident over and over by the storytelling that's happened that Seika is either going to be considered the Devil King or he is the Devil King. Now, his awareness of that fact may or may not be there yet, but regardless, he is the Devil King, and they acknowledge it this episode. And they acknowledge it in a pretty cool way where the leader of the demon party or whatever goes and uses his, special eye to go and look at his stats and stuff, and he looks at like a jarbled mess, and Seika looks evil AF. Like, he looks like the Devil King, which is the reason I think others have seen that in the past too. Like, what are you? And I think that is interesting. The other really interesting tidbit that they dropped on us here is the leader that also got killed. Everybody got killed. The leader also acknowledged that this is a prophecy come true and not the prophecy that him and his people are really wanting, that the devil demon people were wanting. He's like, this is the worst possible prophecy to ever come true. The Devil King has sided with the humans. And that is made fact by the moment that Seika says, the hero is under my protection. Don't F with her. And he is like, no, my king, So you have this bunch of idiots who are, they are strong, but they basically challenge what would be the de facto person that they're trying to serve by killing the hero, who's actually working and under the devil. It's like, it sounds so silly once you put everything into context for these folks. It's like, I feel really sad for them. You know what I mean? Like, the person you're trying to do this for, theoretically, the person you're trying to do these actions for, you just threatened. And he just said, bro, ain't gonna happen. Like, you're not gonna walk out of my presence. You know what I mean? And he also called him the vilest. After he talked about the prophecy, he also called him the vilest Devil King of them all. Basically means Seika, he's a bad mamma jamma. You know what I mean? So I just thought that it was just an incredible episode. I have to be upfront. Like, I really enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed from the demon ogre dude talking smack and him being the first to die. He's like when you're watching a scary movie and the first person to say like, let's go look at X, Y, or Z, you're like, they're gonna die. And it's always that person who dies first. It's just like, yeah. You never want to be the let's go look person. It's like, you're gonna die first, okay? So I thought that was just incredible. Now, everything else that happened within the episode, I thought was pretty good, too. I like how Seika was chosen to be the... And I think, before I say it, I think the principal also realizes that Seika might be the Devil King reincarnate as well, too. The principal's a very, very, very old troll. Well, I don't know what the hell she is, but she's very old and wise. So I think she can also tell that he's the Devil King, but not like a threat in that way. But regardless, I like how, two things. I like how the principal chose Seika to have the honor of being the speaker at the opening ceremony. And I like how she also gaslit him a little bit because she talked a lot of gap to him of like, you know, most students would really appreciate this opportunity to do what you're about to do. This will typically land them a really high-end government job. But then she's like, but you wouldn't care about that now, would you? And he's like, nah, I wouldn't. But I just thought that was a really funny thing as well. And then I like how Seika finally came to the realization when he was talking with Yuki. I think Yuki's her name, his Shikigami. He was talking to her, and he was like, I think I'm done hiding behind this fear of my past life. I think I'm ready to just be a normal dude. And she's like, you can't be a normal dude and go defeat the strongest people like ever. He's like, it's all good if nobody finds out. But I like that he's finally coming to realize that the way he's been living has been kind of stupid. And he finally needs to just live his life the way he wants to do it and not be in this bubble of fear that something's going to repeat itself. It's like, make better choices this life. I also like how he set up a trap for all these dudes. I literally said, get wrecked. I was like, yo, they're about to get wrecked. And they did. I like how he chose Mabel to actually fight with him, you know, against these dudes. And his normal way of acting is Mabel wouldn't have remembered everything that happened here. But he said because Mabel has such a huge sense of purpose that his magic or his hex or whatever he does or curse wasn't able to actually lift that from her. Like, she was able to remain very aware of what was happening. So now he's a little bit closer to her now because of that. And he just acknowledges that, no, they weren't here for you. They were here for Amu, but they're taken care of, you know. And she's just like, all right, cool. And then at the end of the episode, all those demons die, and then the end of the episode ends with a cliffhanger of Amu. I don't know if she will be, but the threat of her being arrested by some other kingdom or something. She's being threatened on some bogus charges of killing some specific men or something. So they're trying to get her on corruption or what did they call it specifically? They called it like not terrorism. They called it like she was accused of murdering ambassadors from internal lands. So they are trying to take her in for treason, apparently. So I don't know if Seika's going to allow that to happen or not. So they better get... yeah. So very interesting stuff, though. Overall, episode 12 was a banger. Can't wait to see what the end of the episode is. I now have more faith that we're going to get a pretty cool ending. At least that's what I feel. So let me know what you guys thought of this episode down in the comments below. Let me know if you kind of feel the same way. Let me know if you liked it, didn't like it, and if you didn't, why? If you did, why? Let me know in the comments. If you have anything to say, just drop me an emoji. And my friends, I'll see you guys next weekend for the final episode. Peace.